The Blessed One said, "Here, monks, a monk makes a declaration of final knowledge thus: I understand, birth is destroyed, the holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more coming to any state of being." That monk's words should neither be approved nor disapproved. Without approving or disapproving, a question should be put thus: Friend, there are 4 kinds of expression rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows and sees, arahant sammasambuddha. What for? Telling the seen as it is seen, telling the heard as it is heard, telling the sensed as it is sensed, telling the cognized as it is cognized. These, friend, are the 4 kinds of expression rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows and sees, arahant sammasambuddha. How does the Venerable One know? How does he see regarding these 4 kinds of expression, so that through not clinging his mind is liberated from the taints? Monks, when a monk is one with taints destroyed, who has lived the holy life, done what had to be done, laid down the burden, reached the true goal, destroyed the fetters of being, and is completely liberated through final knowledge, this is the nature of his answer. Friends, regarding the seen, I abide unattracted, unrepelled, independent, detached, free, dissociated, with a mind rid of barriers. Regarding the heard, regarding the sense, regarding the cognized, I abide unattracted, unrepelled, independent, detached, free, dissociated, with a mind rid of barriers. It is by knowing thus, seeing thus, regarding these 4 kinds of expression, that through not clinging, my mind is liberated from the taints. Stop here for a moment. So the Buddha is saying that if a monk claims to have attained enlightenment, you should not accept it or reject it. Instead, you should ask him, you should question him concerning these. How does the Venerable One know? How does he see regarding these 4 kinds of expression? So here the answer should be regarding the seen, regarding the heard, regarding the sense, regarding the cognized. He says, I abide unattracted, unrepelled, etc. So you see, this refers to the 6 senses. The first one is the seen. The last one is the cognized, the thinking. The first one is the seen, the second one is the heard. And then the cognized is mentioned. That means 3 sense doors are mentioned. And then the other 3 is inside the sense. So the sense refers to the smell, the tasted, and the touch. The other 3 senses are not mentioned here. So regarding the 6 sense doors, if it's an arahant, he will say he abides unattracted, unrepelled, independent, detached, free, dissociated, with mind rid of barriers. Saying good, one may delight and rejoice in that monk's words. Having done so, a further question should be put thus: Friend, there are these 5 aggregates affected by clinging, or these 5 aggregates of attachment, rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows and sees, arahant sammasambuddha. What 5? They are the material form aggregate of attachment, the feeling, perception, volition, consciousness aggregates of attachment. These, friends, are the 5 aggregates of attachment, rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows and sees, arahant sammasambuddha. How does the Venerable One know? How does he see regarding these 5 aggregates of attachment, so that through not clinging his mind is liberated from the taints? Monks, when a monk is one with taints destroyed, etc., and is completely liberated through final knowledge, this is the nature of his answer. Friends, having known material form to be feeble, fading away and comfortless, with the destruction, fading away, cessation, giving up and relinquishing of attraction and clinging regarding material form, of mental standpoints, adherences and underlying tendencies regarding material form, I have understood that my mind is liberated. Similarly, friends, having known feeling, perception, volition, consciousness to be feeble, fading away and comfortless, with the destruction, fading away, cessation, giving up and relinquishment of attraction and clinging regarding these aggregates of mental standpoints, adherences and underlying tendencies regarding these aggregates, I have understood that my mind is liberated. It is by knowing thus, seeing thus, regarding these 5 aggregates affected by clinging or of attachment, that through not clinging, my mind is liberated from the taints. Stop here for a moment. So here, if he is an arahant, he will say regarding the 5 aggregates that he knows the 5 aggregates to be feeble, fading away, comfortless. In other words, the 5 aggregates are so unstable and they will fade away. One day they're going to die and disappear. So it is comfortless. You can't get much comfort from clinging to the 5 aggregates. So because of that, he has relinquished this attraction and clinging regarding the 5 aggregates. So that's how his mind has become free, liberated. Saying good, one may delight and rejoice in that monk's words. Having done so, a further question may be put thus. Friend, there are these 6 elements rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows, Arahant Sammasambuddha. What 6? They are the earth element, water element, fire element, air element, space element, and the consciousness element. These, friend, are the 6 elements rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows and sees, Arahant Sammasambuddha. How does the Venerable One know? How does he see regarding these 6 elements, so that through not clinging, his mind is liberated from the taints? Monks, when a monk is one with taints destroyed, etc., and is completely liberated through final knowledge, this is the nature of his answer. Friends, I have treated the earth element as not self, with no self based on the earth element, and with the destruction, fading away, cessation, giving up, and relinquishing of attraction and clinging based on the earth element, of mental standpoints, adherences, and underlying tendencies based on the earth element, I have understood that my mind is liberated. Similarly, friends, I have treated the water element, fire element, air element, space element, consciousness element as not self, with no self based on the elements, and with the destruction, fading away, cessation, giving up, and relinquishing of attraction and clinging based on the elements, of mental standpoints, adherences, and underlying tendencies based on the elements, I have understood that my mind is liberated. It is by knowing thus, seeing thus, regarding these 6 elements, that through not clinging, my mind is liberated from the taints. Stop here for a moment. So here, regarding the physical world, including the body, the body is also made up of the 4 elements. In fact, the 6 elements here. The person, if he's an arahant, he says, he sees that this body or these 6 elements are not self. And so because of that, he has relinquished attraction and clinging based on these elements. Saying good, one may delight and rejoice in that monk's words. Having done so, a further question may be put thus. But friend, there are these 6 internal and external bases rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows and sees, Arahant Sammasambuddha. What 6? They are the eye and forms, ear and sounds, nose and odors, tongue and flavors, body and tangibles, mind and mind objects. These, friend, are the 6 internal and external bases rightly proclaimed by the Blessed One who knows and sees, Arahant Sammasambuddha. How does the Venerable One know? How does he see regarding these 6 internal and external bases, so that through not clinging, his mind is liberated from the taints? Monks, when a monk is one with taints destroyed, etc., and is completely liberated through final knowledge, this is the nature of his answer. Friends, with the destruction, fading away, cessation, giving up, and relinquishing of desire, lust, delight, craving, attraction, and clinging, and of mental standpoints, adherences, and underlying tendencies regarding the I, forms, and I consciousness, and things cognizable by the mind through I consciousness, I have understood that my mind is liberated. Similarly, with the destruction, fading away, cessation, giving up, and relinquishing of desire, lust, delight, craving, attraction, and clinging, and of mental standpoints, adherences, and underlying tendencies regarding the ear, sounds, and ear consciousness, and things cognizable by the mind through ear consciousness. Similarly, regarding the nose, odors, nose consciousness, and things cognizable through nose consciousness. And similarly, regarding the tongue flavors, tongue consciousness and things cognizable through tongue consciousness, and regarding the body tangibles, body consciousness and things cognizable through body consciousness, and regarding the mind, mind objects, mind consciousness and things cognizable through mind consciousness. I have understood that my mind is liberated. It is by knowing thus, seeing thus, regarding these 6 internal and external bases, that through not clinging, my mind is liberated from the taints. Stop it for a moment. So here, if the person is an arahant, he will say concerning the 6 internal and external sense bases, then he has destroyed, given up, relinquished desire, lust, delight, craving, attraction and clinging, and even mental standpoints, adherences and underlying tendencies concerning the 6 internal sense bases, the 6 external sense bases, and the 6 consciousnesses, etc. He has totally given up any desire and lust towards these sense bases and objects. That's how he is liberated. Saying good, one may delight and rejoice in that monk's words. Having done so, a further question may be put thus: but friend, how does the Venerable One know? How does he see? So that in regard to this body with its consciousness and all external signs, I-making, mind-making, and the underlying tendency to conceit have been eradicated in him. Monks, when a monk is one with taints destroyed, etc., and is completely liberated through final knowledge, this is the nature of his answer. Friends, formerly when I lived the home life, I was ignorant. Then the Tathagata or his disciple taught me the Dhamma. On hearing the Dhamma, I acquired faith in the Tathagata. Possessing that faith, I considered thus: household life is crowded and dusty. Life gone forth is wide open. It is not easy while living in a home to lead the holy life, utterly perfect and pure as a polished shell. Suppose I shave off my hair and beard, put on the yellow robe, and go forth from the home life into homelessness. So what follows is a description of this person going forth and training in charana, conduct of a monk. What we have read before in Sutta 51. So he abandons the 5 hindrances and then attains the 4 jhanas, and after that he directs his mind to the higher knowledges culminating in destruction of the asavas. When I knew and saw thus, my mind was liberated from the taint of sensual desire, from the taint of being, and from the taint of ignorance. When it was liberated, there came the knowledge it is liberated. I directly knew birth is destroyed, the holy life has been lived, what had to be done has been done. There is no more coming to any state of being. It is by knowing thus, seeing thus, friends, that in regard to this body with its consciousness and all external signs, I-making, mind-making, and the underlying tendency to conceit have been eradicated in me. Saying good monks, one may delight and rejoice in that monk's words. Having done so, one should say to him, it is a gain for us, friend, it is a great gain for us, friend, that we see such a companion in the holy life as the Venerable One. That is what the Blessed One said. The monks were satisfied and delighted in the Blessed One's words. So, this last one, the Buddha said, if that person is an arahant, then he will describe how he led the holy life out of faith in the Dhamma and practiced all that was recommended by the Buddha under this charana, and then finally having attained the 4 jhanas and the higher knowledges, he attained liberation. Without the 4 jhanas, it is impossible to attain liberation. So you see from here, it's not so easy. Sometimes some people, they practice for a while and they think they are already an arahant. 2 years ago, in Malaysia, we had one monk who was telling people that he finished his work. But evidently he had not attained the 4 jhanas, so how could he have finished his work? So it's not so easy. So you can see from here, if he's really an arahant, he has already relinquished all these different things. He's no more attracted by sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and also doesn't cling to the five aggregates, he knows, etc. If a person has actually become an arahant, then because the final state, parinibbana, is a state of cessation of perception and feeling. So if a person has attained arahanthood, then I guess he's no more interested in the world. He'll be always abiding in meditation, just like the arahants during the Buddha's time.